आज ही डाउटनेट ऐप डाउनलोड करें। डाउटनेट पर होगा अब आपके सभी मैथ्स, केमिस्ट्री, फिजिक्स और बायोलॉजी डाउट्स का सफाया। बस अपने क्वेश्चन की फोटो खींचो, उसे क्रॉप करो और तुरंत वीडियो सॉल्यूशन पाओ। डाउनलोड नाउ।
Hello friends, so the question says we have to write the contrapositive and converse of the following statements. Okay, before writing the statements, we have to understand what actually a contrapositive number is. Okay, or how we are supposed to write a contrapositive number. Okay, so a contrapositive statement. Suppose we have a statement which says if P then Q. So a contrapositive of this can be written as if not Q, then not P. That means if negation of Q, then negation of P. Okay, this is contrapositive. Or if we want to write a converse statement, so for the same P, if P then Q, then we have to write if Q then P. Got it? That means Q implies P. Okay friends, now considering this part, we will write the statements for all of them. So what is the first statement? If x is a prime number, this is P, then x is odd. Okay, so how we will write this? So first we'll write contrapositive. So contrapositive will be if x is not an odd number, if x is not an odd number, then x is not prime. Okay, similarly if I want to write the converse, okay, if I want to write the converse of this, so how will I write? If x is an odd number, if x is an odd number, then x is prime. Clear? Now moving to the second question. So what does the second question say? See friends, if two lines are parallel, this can be P, then they do not intersect in the same plane, then this is Q. So if we want to write contrapositive, first we have to write contrapositive. So what is Q? They do not intersect in same plane. So if the lines intersect, if the lines instead of do not intersect, we'll write intersect. If the lines intersect in the same plane, if the lines intersect in the same plane, then they are not parallel. Then they are not parallel. Okay. Now writing the converse of the same. So how will we write? If the lines intersect. So if the converse will write if the lines do not intersect. If the lines do not if the lines do not intersect. Okay. If the lines do not intersect in the same plane, if the lines do not intersect in the same plane, then they are parallel. Then they are parallel. So this is the converse of the second statement. Moving to the third statement. So see friends, what is the third statement? Something's cold implies that it has low temperature. Its cold is P. It has low temperature. We can write this as Q. Okay friends, so how can we write this statement? See, something is cold implies that it has low temperature. So the contrapositive can be written as if something does not has low temperature. We'll write if something does not have low temperature, then it is not, I think it's cold, na? Yeah, then it is not cold. Okay, then Now writing the converse, so we can write if something has low temperature, then it is cold. Okay, got it? Perfect. Moving to the next question, question 4. You cannot comprehend geometry. This can be P. If you do not know how to reason deductivity. This is Q. So, first of all, we will formulate a contrapositive. Or fourth, we will formulate a contrapositive statement. So, what is Q? Q is if you do not know how to reason deductivity. So, we can write if you know how to reason deductivity, then they were talking about geometry. So P, then you cannot comprehend geometry. So you can say then you can comprehend geometry. We have to write negation, na? That's what we are writing here in contrapositive. Now for the converse. So if you do not know how to reason deductivity, then you cannot, because in converse we have to simply we have to simply make opposite of the one which you have. You cannot comprehend geometry. Okay, so that was about the fourth statement. Now moving to the last statement, statement 5. X is an even number. This is P. Implies that X is divisible by Q. X is divisible by 4. This is Q. Okay. So if X is not divisible by 4, we will start with this. Yeah. Contrapositive. If X is not divisible, by 4, then what we have to say, that X is not an even number. Then X is not an even number. Okay. Now going for converse, we can write if X is divisible by 4, then X is an odd number. Okay, then X is an even number. Sorry, we have to write even number. Then X is an even number. Okay, I hope you have understood the concept of contrapositive and converse as well as the solution. Thank you so much for watching.
क्लास 6 से 12 से लेके नीट IIT JEE मेंस और एडवांस के लेवल तक 10 मिलियन से ज़्यादा स्टूडेंट्स का भरोसा। आज ही डाउनलोड करें डाउटनट ऐप या व्हाट्सएप कीजिए अपने डाउट्स 8400 400 400 पर।